Hi, this is Trinisha Control. Welcome back to the channel. This is where life, love, and Christ combines. For those of you that are new, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And also, before we get started, I wanted to talk about what you should do when you're not feeling it. You know, sometimes I get into these slumps in life where I just feel like this ain't the day. Like the hair doesn't do right, the outfit doesn't do right. I'm doing the things that usually make me smile, and for some reason I can't pull it together. I don't have it today, you know. And sometimes we really try to make it seem like we have to be perfect, especially when you're online or whatever else. You just have this idea in your head of how life is supposed to go, how you're supposed to be, things that you're supposed to accomplish at a certain age. And you forget that you're human. You forget that you're going to be flawed. You forget that you're going to make mistakes. You forget that that's part of life. That is part of you learning. And as I was sitting here thinking about what I do when I get into these things, when things like this happen, when I hit a roadblock in life, I started to think about, okay, if this is helping me, maybe it can help someone else. So there are three things that I do when I'm just not feeling it. When I'm off, the outfits just don't look right. It's the same thing I done worn before, and I was killing it. I ate, the outfit ate, whatever people say now. I literally would feel so good with my hair, maybe in this style, and then maybe today I'm just not feeling it. Whatever it is, right? So here's a couple things that I do. The first most important thing is get help. If you're stuck in a rut, you feel like you can't make it, you feel like life just really got you down, you feel like you can't get over next, you feel like life is just coming at you so fast, you dealt with death, whatever it is that you're dealing with in your life, if you feel like you can't handle it alone, you don't have to. Never ever feel like you got to put this cape on and be superwoman, and you never ever have to ask for help, because everybody needs help with something. That's the very first thing and the most important thing. Some people will say, okay, well, therapy is so normal to everyone now. It's an easy thing to do. And that's true. It is easier for more people to go seek help. But I also think it's important for us, especially if you're using a platform, especially if you are doing a public speaking engagement or whatever else, to say that therapy is super important. It's important for you to know and have a place to go and talk about things that is unbiased. You can talk about things that really matter to you, things that are bothering you. It could be about different things that you want to be more successful in. Maybe you want to become more emotionally intelligent. Maybe you just dealt with a breakup. Whatever it is that you're going through, you could talk to your therapist about it, and they will come up with a plan to help you. Also, when you're picking a therapist, make sure that it's someone that you actually mesh well with. You don't have to just pick a therapist because they're a therapist. Pick them because you relate to them. Pick them because it's something that you see in them where they actually care about you, where you actually feel like you're learning something. You feel like you're growing. You are telling them the things that are going on in your life, and you don't feel like you have to have this whole fence up. And I know sometimes that can happen over time, but it's also important for you to remember or to realize that it's not just a quick, fast, easy thing. It's something that takes time, it takes intentionality, and you have to really be willing to seek that help that you so desperately need. Also, when you're seeking help, that can come from God as well. I'm a true believer in God in therapy. And I believe that because I believe that God created therapists to help in certain areas. I think therapy helps with your childhood trauma, and God helps with generational curses. So both of those together can allow you to become the person He always created you to be. Yes, He may utilize some of the things that you went through in your past, but it also will benefit you. And I did not put on the mic. I was gonna like just scrap it, redo a video, but I feel like people need to see like this how imperfect I am in life. And now it's gonna be like, and then it's gonna be louder because the mic is actually on now. But listen, I do apologize for that inconvenience and that blast of noise that you heard when I first put this on, because at first it's like, oh, okay, I can hear, okay, and then I put this on, it's like amplified, and then it kind of goes back down a little because it's trying to gauge where my voice is so it's not overpowering. So the second thing, because I want to stay on track, is get rid of the things that keep you in a negative mindset. I know we talk about getting rid of things or allowing people into your life that God sees fit. And I think it's so important because sometimes we hold on to friendships because we've been friends for 12 years. We hold on to things in our life because we've had it since forever. And we feel like that thing is going to be something that makes us feel better. And sometimes, having a possession could make you feel better. But I also think that it's important for you to get rid of things that are not serving you. If that thing that you're holding to is hurting you, if it's holding you back, if it's making you not be able to advance in life because it's stagnating your growth, then you have to release it. That could be, maybe you have an unhealthy habit and you feel like, well, my whole family does this, or you feel like I've been doing this forever. I did this since I was a teenager. This is just something that I do. And it's not helping you in life. And you realize that your negative emotions, the way that you feel about yourself, is amplified because you're doing this. That's something that no longer serves a purpose in your life and it's not benefiting you. Whenever I see something in my life that no longer benefits me or does not serve a purpose in my life, I cannot hold on to that thing. I have to let those things go, because you can't put old wine in new wineskins. You really have to. And for some people, they're like, I don't know what she's talking about. When you are trying to become a new person, you can't serve God and mammon at the same time. You cannot be in both worlds. And it's so funny because whenever I think about trying to do the things that I used to do, I have to be up so late. I have to do so much extra stuff just to be able to keep up with my old life and continue on with the new person that God has created me to be. And some people don't get that. They're probably like, okay, well, you have to let go of things in life. We get it. Not everything can come with you. Maybe you used to do something. Maybe I could take some things with me. Maybe you can. But you know what things are not serving your life at all, what things are holding you back, what things that you used to do that were really unhealthy habits that it's time to release. And for me, sometimes I'll say, well, I can watch this movie. If you know what your weaknesses are, don't lie to yourself. The worst thing that you could do in life is lie to yourself, because you're the person who has to look yourself in the mirror and like what you see. You're the person who has to realize, okay, I like this version of me. I like what I'm doing here. You have to actually say, okay, I might not be perfect, but I'm doing everything that I need to do, or I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday. That is the type of mindset that you have to have when you're going through life. And if you know that maybe you picking up an unhealthy habit of eating a bunch of gum or something that's ruining your teeth, and you're like, well, I've always ate gum, it might be time to give the gum a rest. So you might have to look up some other methods, some other techniques, or things that you could do when you're nervous that might actually be healthy for you, that won't ruin your teeth or end up giving you nubs, or whatever else. You really just have to make sure that the things that you're doing are allowing you to become a better person. The very third thing and final thing is to give yourself a pep talk. I know every time I do one of these videos, I talk about affirmations or speaking life into yourself because it's so needed. You cannot expect to get out of a slump if all you're doing is perpetuating cynicism. You have to be willing to speak life into yourself and say, I am beautiful. I am smart. I am intelligent. I'm a woman of God. I am a child of God. I'm everything God created me to be. I am all of the things that the Bible says, fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm a holy nation, a royal priesthood. You just have to really, at the forefront of your mind, put the things that you want to be and the things that you know that you are. Nobody should be able to tell you what it is that they want you to be, and you feel like you got to live your life for someone else. This is your life. You have to live it as a person God created you to be. Do the best you can, because you're never going to be perfect. But you striving for perfection or trying to be better is exactly where God intends for you to be in life. You don't have to rush through things. You don't have to pretend like, well, I got it all together all the time. Listen, I was, I'm not going to say I was in a struggle period, but earlier today, I was like, I'm going to wear a regular t-shirt and some jeans today. I'm going to put on this red t-shirt, put on some jeans. Good. And I was just not feeling it. I'm a real fashion person. I like to do like the whole judge thing. I like to really just add my own little flavor, whatever, on it. And so I was like, okay, I gotta find something else because I can't just wear this. It's not giving, it's just regular. And so I don't like to be regular. I like to be different because I've always been different. So no, why not be myself? And so while I got this on, I'm like, okay, what can I do to spruce up a basic outfit? A couple things that I like to do is I add a scarf somewhere, I add a belt that has a bunch of accents, or I add a shoe that really stands out. That's the things that I do. Or a hat. I add a hat, but my hair is up, so I can't put a hat on this. And so while I'm going through today, while I was in like I don't like the way this outfit turned out. It's a cute outfit. It's just not me. I really like to have like a pop, like that extra is me. So whenever I put on something, I always try to make it to fit my style. And so I'm going to do this. I'll probably throw on maybe a blazer or put like a scarf. I got this new scarf technique I wanted to try, and it'll have red in it with red and black, and I think there's another color in it. And then I have booties, which is like the little not kitten heels, but the little boot heel shoes. So I'm going to throw that on. And I know some of you guys didn't see the other video, but whenever I'm not feeling it, I do dress. I dress my best when I'm not feeling it. And me taking care of my, personal hygiene, me actually putting together an outfit brings up my attitude. And instead of me feeling like, oh my gosh, I feel like, oh, okay, I feel a little better. And then as the day goes on, I start feeling better and better and better. So when you are not feeling it, you really have to start focusing in on you. You gotta seek God, seek therapy. You gotta get rid of the things that don't no longer serve you, like gossiping about people or that unhealthy habit. You really gotta give yourself a pep talk and say, you that girl, you that man, you are the man. Like, do you not understand that men are the best leaders that this world could possibly have? When you really about your business, when you really got a good head on your shoulders, when you're really focused, man, there is nothing that is more attractive than a man with intentionality. I don't know if that's just me or if every woman feels that way, but this is just my opinion. So that's all I have for today. Go ahead and in the comments, put some things that help you get out of the slump. Because like I always say, you don't know who you might be helping with your tips, with your tricks, with your testimony, whatever it is. Help somebody else. It'll help you feel better when you're serving others as well. And also give me the thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.